Hello everybody and welcome to Creepy Pasta.
Are you going to tell me your name?
No.
Why? Is it a mystery?
Know it.
But is it a mystery that's your name?
No.
What's that?
There is barely no chicken in there. God damn it.
And there goes the cheese sauce.
Can you bring in more broccoli? Because I don't think 3 are going to cut it.
Wait, is there literally only 3 broccoli?
1, 2, 3. Oh, small piece.
And the little bits. Yeah, as we're going to pause this really quick. Get ourselves into some order. Sorry, you guys.
Yeah, we probably won't be eating in this video.
Probably not. Actually, we're probably going to talk a little bit here. So what we're making today is a cheesy ranch chicken. And we have these adorable little sour cream and onion potatoes. So, here in a second we're probably going to pause this. Wait till our food is finished. And then we'll be back.
Hello everybody. Welcome to Babe Nation. My name's Bunny.
And I'm Majestica's Fluffy Unicorn K.
And we are Bitchin' Eatin'.
Oh yeah, bitchin' and eatin', aren't we?
And this is Creepy Pasta.
And that's no mystery. Unlike what we're talking about today, which is on the board.
Dear God, is it a mystery? Is it not?
We will tell you about that soon.
Also remember you guys, we are doing a collab with Foodie Beauty.
Yes, we are doing a collab with Chantel, which will be linked. Her video will be linked in the description below. Why the hell is there a mirror in front of me?
I don't know. But she will be doing a story that is from her neck of the woods. And
yes,
we are doing a story from our neck of the woods.
Oh yes. Okay, you guys, we're going to pause this, and then we'll be back when our food is ready to give you some creepy pasta.
Bye-bye. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. We're back, and we've got food. We actually played a little Pimp My Pasta while we were off camera.
That was disgusting.
So we pimped the pasta.
We put some cheese and some corned beef from St. Patrick's Day in it. And we have some potatoes for the side, so go ahead and get your stuff.
Yeah. So I'm going to get a few potatoes while you're over there getting that. Hear me. I'm going to try these potatoes. Mmm.
There we go.
It's really good. Put a little close down. And get some pasta. So, this looks freaking good. A little bit more.
There's pretty much vegetables in here.
Well, there's pasta noodles in there, just not as much.
Just very few.
Wait, I want another piece of carrot. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try this really quick. Piece of corned beef. Mmm. This is pretty good. Okay, you guys. So we will be telling you about a family that disappeared without a clue while camping in a Rogue River National Forest over Labor Day weekend in 1974. This is the mystery about the Cowden family. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. It's Cowden family. Would you like me to start?
Go ahead.
Okay. Labor Day weekend, 1974, in White City, Oregon. As you guys know, Oregon is where we live, and this is actually nearby. The Rogue River National Forest is actually not too far. I mean, it's a little ways away from here, but not too far. The Cowden family had planned on staying home and getting some work done around the house, but when plans to borrow a truck fell through, Richard, 28, decided to take his family camping instead. A family of 4, including Richard, his wife, Belinda, 22, and their children, David, 5, and Melissa, only 5 months old.
With their camping supplies and they're set out for the Rogue River National Forest camping grounds, which was located in a rural area of the Siskiyou Mountains of Oregon, close to the California border.
They had talked to Belinda's mother before leaving, saying that they were going camping until Sunday, September 1st, and they would stop at her place for dinner before going home on Sunday.
The last day they planned to camp, Richard and David had been seen in a small town of Copper. You son of a bitch.
Her phone decided to go weep.
Several people remember seeing them buying milk at the general store around 9 o'clock. The store was about a mile from where they were camping. A few witnesses would come forward later, saying that they saw the father and son carrying the milk back towards the direction of their campsite. Then, the family just disappeared.
That Sunday evening, Belinda's mother waited for the family to arrive, but they never did. After a while, she grew concerned. She got in her car and drove to the campsite, which wasn't far from her house. The eerie scene that she found would have given anyone chills.
She saw a full quart of milk sitting on the picnic table, along with Belinda's purse and baby supplies for Melissa. The family's car was still parked close by. After examining the site, nothing looked disturbed, as that the family just got up and walked away. The grandmother then started to search further from the campsite, thinking about if they had gone swimming or lost track of time. She made her way to the creek, where she found Richard's expensive watch and his wallet, with cash still inside, sitting next to the creek. There didn't seem to be any sign of any struggle near the creek, just like at the campsite. As worries, Grandma walked back to the camp and waited, thinking that they had gone hiking and would return soon.
She waited for an hour with no sign from the family. She called the sheriff's office. Police came out and saw the same scene the grandmother had. They noticed fishing poles leaning against the tree, unused cooking utensils sitting on a tree stump. The car did not look like anyone had attempted to break in or go through the belongings inside of it. They checked the purse laying out, along with the wallet that had been found by the creek. Both looked to still have everything in them.
As the detective looked around more, they said the deputies looked around more. They said they got a strange feeling everything was sitting as the campers presumably left it, without a sight of struggle. But what could have gotten the family to walk away? Because that was the scene that was showing. With a more thorough search of the family's belongings, the deputies determined that the only thing not accounted for was the family's swimsuits, which makes sense if they left for swimming, especially with Richard leaving his belongings next to the creek.
A full-scale search was launched during the search of the family. The family's dog was found safe and sound, unharmed, nearly 5 miles away, but there was no sign of the family. The officials would end on September 7th. The official search would end on September 7th, because the week that they had been looking, not a single clue had been found. The Cowden family and friends were determined to find something and continue to search whether they had a chance. With not a lot to go on, there was only speculations about what might have happened to the family. They had to consider if the family had gone swimming and drowned, but with no bodies ever washed up on the small creek, that seemed unlikely.
The question had been asked. Did they disappear willingly? Did the family just want to take off and start fresh? But looking for evidence left behind, it wouldn't be seen that they did. At least they would have taken the cash from their wallets, put one more of their swimsuits put on more than their swimsuits, and then after talking with family and friends, the idea quickly diminished. So without being able to say what happened to the family, all they could say was what did not happen to them. It was clear that they were not robbed. Their wallets, belongings, and car were left. As the investigators continued, sightings of the family started coming in. When psychics had reached out and told the authorities what they believed happened, but days and months continued, adding... Oh, I guess it does. Okay. Adding up faster than the hard evidence.
7.5 months later, on April 12, 1975, investigators got their first big break. 2 hunters were out and stumbled across what looked like to be human remains. Authorities searched the area as the area the hunters had been, and they found the decomposing bodies of 2 adults and 2 small children. Through DNA testing, it was determined to be the missing Cowden family. After the identifications had been made, authorities released that Belinda and the 2 children's bodies were found stuffed into a cave, and that the cave had been sealed up with rocks to hide the bodies.
The cave was only 7 miles away from their campsite. Based on the search map, the area had been searched only 100 feet away, but nobody had searched the steep hillside where the cave was in. Richard's body was found out in the open a short distance from the cave. His body was decomposing and determined the cause of death, but they could determine both him and Belinda were shot with a .22 caliber gun. Before Belinda was eventually killed by blunt force trauma to the head, Melissa had also died from blunt trauma. It's undetermined what killed 5-year-old David.
Lieutenant Mark Kaiser had this to say of what happened to the Cowden family. The whole nature of the thing smacks of a weirdo. And who was that weirdo, and what was the question everyone wanted to know? Lieutenant Mark Kaiser of the state police had a theory that it seemed to make sense. The family had willingly gone swimming that morning before they made breakfast. While at the creek, someone came up to them, and most likely with a gun. The killer could have even forced the family into his vehicle and driven them to a remote area where their bodies were found. Then he forced the family to hike up the hillside before he killed them, putting the wife and the kids into the cave and leaving the father where he had been killed. It could be that the killer couldn't carry Richard and stuff into the cave like he could with Belinda and the kids.
The only thing that theory did not address was why. But then again, a killer, there isn't always to be a reason why. Without a motive, it was likely that they were dealing with a random stranger killing, which meant narrowing down the suspects would be even harder.
You have to remember, it was...
What? What?
Oh. You have to remember, it was the summer, and there was all sorts of people in the area, so-called hippie types, a motorcycle group, and so on, Lieutenant Kaiser had said. In 1974, the Mason family was still fresh in the people's mind, especially with these murders being so close to California.
During the time the Cowden family disappeared, there was a total of 8 other missing women in the Oregon area. Those would later be linked to a serial killer, Ted Bundy. The closer they came to finding a subject was with Dwayne Lee Little. Little had been convicted of rape and murder of a 16-year-old girl when he was 15, which he had been sent to prison for. Little was released on May 24th of 1974, just 4 months before the Cowden family were killed. Shortly before the family disappeared, Little had bought gas nearby the campground. Witnesses had
described.
I know. I had described a truck that fit the type of truck Little had been driving, and had placed this truck at Cowden's family campsite.
When questioned by the law enforcement, Little claimed that he knew nothing about it. He also refused to give any details about where he was during the time that the Cowden family went missing. With no physical evidence found at the scene, and later with none found on the decomposing bodies, Little was never charged. In 1980, Little would be arrested, tried, and convicted of raping and murdering another woman. For the brutal crime, he was given a life sentence and will be serving at the Oregon State Penitentiary.
After 45 years of the Cowden family murder, it is still unsolved.
Now that is just crazy, you guys.
What do you guys think of that one? Is there any murders around you guys that are unsolved like here? I mean, there's more than just the Cowden family that went missing in Oregon. I mean, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of kids that's gone missing that's never been found.
Yeah, back in 2013, at that time, there were 41 unsolved missing children's cases. It was crazy.
Totally.
Like, yeah. Alright, you guys.
That is it for us.
Yes, that is it for us. Make sure to go watch Chantel's creepypasta.
We will have her link down in the description of our video.
Yes, please go check that out.
Also remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Also remember,
my name's Bunny.
And I'm Majestica's Fluffing Unicorn Kate, and that is no mystery.
And we are bitchin' and eating. And this is Creepypasta.
Yeah.
And we are bitchin' out. Bye!